Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and if you're here, welcome to the call. If not, if you're watching this by archive, welcome to you also. If you can hear me and you're here, please put a Y in the question box. I don't see anybody here, so I'm assuming everybody's going to be busy for Thanksgiving, and so uh, I'm just going to kind of follow through with the broadcast here, and we'll just kind of go from here. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just kind of run through one thing in particular when it comes to um, uh, the rebranding process. And I'm going to go ahead and post this link to the center here. And let's kind of go from here. So let's go ahead and let's just write in here. We are live. And then we'll just do a brief little lesson here. And what we're going to do today is we're going to just talk about rebranding videos. And so I know that, one of the difficult things in terms of managing, PLR is when you get videos, how are you going to kind of make them your own? And of course, you certainly can. Do Camtasia, and you can do the editing. I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can actually do this and not have it be a lot. I don't want to say a lot of work, but not have it be so technical and so difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the upload area. And we do that. What we're going to do is we are going to go to the video editor. Right now, I know I've done a little bit of this before, but I do want to show you this in the context of actually rebranding PLR. Now, what you're going to notice is that when I'm in my main channel, you're going to see all of my videos here. So if you've ever been to my channel, I've got all of my videos here. And these could just as well be the PLR videos that you uploaded. So let's say that you buy a PLR video, you upload it to your YouTube channel, and it is one of these videos, right? It can be any one of these videos. And so what you have then is you have something that's basically going to be unbranded. That is the problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to start a new project. And then we're going to start this, and we're going to call this my branded PLR. Right. So we're gonna start with this being a branded PLR. And as I said, if you take the PLR video that you have and you upload it to your YouTube channel, it can be any one of these videos, right? So even though these are not technically PLR videos, they can be any one that you upload. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these videos and I'm just going to drag it to the timeline. Let's take the last one that I did. And I just drag that to the timeline. So now what I have here is I have an unbranded video. It's on the timeline, and this is actually the work of somebody else. That is the problem. And so what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to have and add our authority. And one of the best ways to do that is going to be that you are going to add context to the video. And so what you actually do in doing that is you would literally record your own video, right? You record your own video. And let's say that we kind of go back to, I'm gonna X out of this right now, and I'm gonna come back to this. Now you'll notice when I X out of there, that video is still gonna be on the timeline. And so what I like to do whenever I'm using PLR is to make the PLR invisible to the actual person. I want the PLR to give me authority. I want it to be leverage for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record two videos, right? I'm going to record a video here, right? And let's say that this video is one that I uploaded, and it's going to provide context before the video. And let's say that this video is going to be context that I provide after the video. And you can actually record a general, a contextual sort of introduction. You can give a general contextual video that's going to close out the other videos. And what you're going to do is you're then going to take that video and you're going to add that to the timeline, right? So all we're going to do is, again, we're going to take this, let's say this is the video that we're doing beforehand. And what you're going to notice there, and that's that's just another picture of me, but you'll notice there that I've got two videos there now, right? So I've got my contextual video, I've got the PLR video here second, and I'm going to do the same thing by adding another video, right? Let's cut that out. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to put that video that I created for context here, right? I can close out of this. Going to stop this for a second. And basically now I have 3 videos together. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create one video with that. Now, one of the things that I can do very easily here inside of YouTube is I can actually go here and I can actually do some transitioning, right? I can do a little more editing here. And I'm going to cut this off here. And I can actually add in some transitions, right? So I can add in something like the maybe horizontal blinds. I tend to, when I do transitions, I like things like slides. So what I can do is I can actually add that in here, right? That's going to be a 2-second transition. Right, all it's going to do is when the timeline comes here, it's going to transition into that PLR video. So this is going to be me talking about what they're about to see. I'm going to provide context. And actually, one of the good things about doing this is I can be talking about something totally different, right? I could say that I totally disagree with the PLR point of view, and I could be talking about the way you actually do it, and that this is really going to be the old way. Now, again, what you're doing is you're gonna take PLR and add value. The way you add value to a PLR video is to add context, right? You add context. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the very same thing. I'm going to close out of that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put another slide in there. I'm going to put that one between here, right? So now I've got my my intro video, the PLR video, excuse me, and then I'm going to conclude, right? So what you and I have to do is we have to be able to record our video and then upload it to YouTube. And so we can actually do that. And then we can then have a PLR video that has context. Once we do that, all we're going to do is we're going to go over here and click create video, right? So what YouTube is going to actually do then is it's going to make one video out of the 3 that we put together, right? It's going to make one new video entirely. And so what I'm not going to go through the process because, you know, we really don't need to have this video here, but you get the point, right? What I can really do then is I can then have my intro, I can have my PLR video, and I can have this ending here. And if you don't, let's say that you don't have Camtasia, right? You don't have Camtasia. Let's close out of this right now. One of the things that you could do is if you don't have necessarily a screen share video or screen sharing program, is you can go to your Creator Studio and you can do pretty much what I'm doing with you right now. You can share your screen by going to the live streaming area, right? So if you go to your live streaming area and you start a live stream, you're going to actually stream something with Google Hangouts, right? And that's still what YouTube actually calls it. They call it Google Hangouts. And the reason that you're going to use that is because it gives you screen sharing capability. And when you finish that video, what you can actually do is you can actually leave it on YouTube as your video. So now one of the things that I think people are concerned about when they actually record a video and they do a Google Hangout is, they don't like the ending screen, they don't like the beginning screen, and it kind of almost makes it look like a Google Hangout, which is not what you want. That's again where you're going to come back here. You're going to go to this upload area, and you're going to go to the video editor, right? And so, and again, let's go ahead and just kind of get rid of this. I think we can delete this project, right? I think we can just try to trash that project. So let's get rid of some of these projects here. All right, so now what I do, let's start a new project. So I do want to kind of show you this. And let's say that what I want to do is I want to take a Google Hangout video and use it as my screen share video, but I don't want the Google Hangout screen in there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this to this area, right? And what I want to do is I want to take out, I maybe want to take out the first few seconds of this, right? I want to take out the first few seconds. And so I'm going to let this play a little bit. Right? And I can actually cut out those first few seconds by using this timeline, right? Right, I can actually cut out now. I can cut this clip out. I can cut out those first 2 seconds. And I can come to the end of this and I can do the same thing, right? I can come to the end of the video and I can edit this video so that I'm cutting out the last 2 pieces. And so I can do all of this inside of the editing screen inside of YouTube so that when I finish, I am going to have to do the same thing I would have to do to Camtasia. I'm going to have to re-render the video, right? I'm going to have to recreate that video, but I have then an edited video that I've actually done a screen share with, and then I can then add that onto any other video that I have. So again, if you don't have Camtasia and video editing is a little bit challenging, right? You can actually do a lot of editing on YouTube, and some of the same editing that I do on Camtasia once a video is over, you can actually do on YouTube. Now, it's not going to guarantee that you're going to have the same kind of quality in terms of the picture, but you can get a video done. Now, one other thing that I will say about this is that in general, you're going to notice I've got a wide screen here. And in general, when I shoot these videos or when I'm recording videos, whether they're on Camtasia or even when they're on Google Hangouts, I will try to use a screen and a resolution that is 1920 by 1080 because that's the biggest, right? So what matters here is that you want to make sure that the resolution that you're recording the video at, the screen you're recording at is the highest possible resolution that you can have, and you need to do that at 1920 by 1080 if possible, right? And so all of that is possible when you were doing this with Google with the editing screen. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of that. Right, if I can delete that. Okay, I can delete that one. And so that's how you would just kind of take out the things that you want. You just kind of place your cursor there and just hit delete and take out the pieces that you want. Now, one of the other things that you would actually be able to do then with PLR video is you're going to actually then go through the process of creating the video. And once you actually create the video, then what you're going to do is you're going to come over to your Creator Studio. You're going to see your video there. And what you're going to do then is you're going to need to go to the video manager, actually, in order to do this. And what you're going to do then is you're going to see that you can download the MP4. You can download the MP4. So you might ask, now, what is that actually going to do? Well, what that's going to do is that's going to give you the opportunity then to then convert that MP4 into MP3. So I'm going to download that MP4. And once I download that MP4 and I have it on my hard drive from my YouTube channel, then I can then turn that YouTube video into an MP3 also, right? There are a number of ways I can actually do that. If you have an audio editor, you can do that. I mean, actually, if you have a program, I think it's called Super, is a video editor, Super Video Converter. I think there's also a website called Clip Converter. I think it's called Clip Converter. Right, you could take that MP4 and turn it into an MP3, and basically what you have then is you have a product, right? You have your MP4, and you also then have your MP3, and you have done all of this on YouTube. Now, once again, this should not be considered to be a substitute for actually buying Camtasia. I mean, you get the opportunity to buy Camtasia. You ultimately do want to do that. However, you don't want to keep that from actually keeping you out of the game in terms of creating any products or services that you actually want to create. Okay, so Clip Converter is where you'd actually make the change for your videos. Okay. One other thing that you want to consider here is that when you are recording, when you're actually gonna do some of the recording, and you're actually gonna leave these videos on YouTube. And I know you know this already, but I'm gonna kind of make sure you do. Inside of here, one of the things that we can do to control the look of the video when it actually is seen by other people through the YouTube player is we can actually add in a custom thumbnail, and we should do that, right? Even beyond doing the optimization and doing your description and doing your keywords. If you do all those things and you don't add a custom thumbnail, then you're sort of leaving some visitors and money on the table. What you and I want to do is we want to go through that process of putting a custom thumbnail on the actual video. And all this means is that you're going to actually then just put an image on there. I'm just going to grab one and put it on there. Right, so that when this video actually shows up, it's actually going to show as your image. Right, you can do that in Photoshop. You can do that in any image. You can actually change the image if you don't like it. But the point is that you and I should be using the thumbnails in order to reflect what's actually in the video, so that it will get people interested at a glance. Right, get people interested at a glance. I mean, that's really part of the power of being able to use a site like YouTube when you're actually doing video. Okay, so if there are no questions, what we're going to do is I'm going to wish all of you, especially you all who are in the United States, a happy Thanksgiving. If you do not celebrate Thanksgiving at this point, I know you folks in Canada, you celebrate at another time. But I just want to say that, I'm thankful for all of you, thankful to have you up here in our community and to be able to do business with you. Looking forward to doing more business with you in 2017 and into the future. So that being said, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all. And hopefully this has been helpful to you. Have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.